they're sounding like they're trying to go the Disney route because Disney's making so much money remaking all their bullshit. Like, did you see the trailer for Pinocchio? What the
Yeah,
hell is going on?
that looks like I feel like what's his name? Geppetto? Is that Tom Hanks' character?
That's Tom Hanks. What the
He
fuck is he
yeah,
doing?
it's Tom Hanks, but I mean he looks like a Broadway version of it. Like
Yeah.
he looks way too overdone where it's like we're on a movie screen. You don't have to have him look
I
big of an
know.
and of him.
Do
Like
you
we know
think
it's Geppetto. You can tone it down a little bit.
do you think that Tom Hanks is like so into himself now he just thinks he can do his own makeup? Because like
He's a makeup
with this
artist.
with this and Elvis, like his makeup in Elvis is terrible.
Well, welcome back.
Hello.
Hello, hello. This week, we're going to be talking about some untouchable movies, Justin. Do any,
Untouchable movies.
yeah, do any come to mind, like movies that you wouldn't want to, that aren't able to be remade or couldn't be remade, kind of sort of thing? Don't answer
Uh
now, but that's what we're going to be
right.
talking about later.
Okay. I'll let that brew.
Welcome to History of Popcorn.
Hello.
Um, consider this your secret public movie club. We are a podcast that celebrates all things movies. We give you the latest industry news as fresh and organic as we can, and we do movie reviews as well as revisit some old films. And we usually have new episodes every week. Um, we are your hosts. I'm Elijah.
I'm Justin.
And if you notice any snaps, crackles, or pops, or anything visually or audibly disturbing during this episode, it's because we do our sessions through Zoom. So thanks for sticking with us. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, we're going to be talking about untouchable movies today, as well as some other adaptations of properties that I'm kind of interested in. Want to know what Justin thinks. But before we get into all the news and everything, Justin, what have you been watching and what have you been doing?
I have been watching Better Call Saul.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on season 5 now.
How,
And it's amazing. It's one of
how
the
many
greatest
seasons are
shows.
there? Seven? Six?
6.
Oh, you're almost there.
Yeah, no, I've been churning them out. I've seen the first 5 seasons already, but I just wanted to rewatch them before I got into the 6th season.
Right, right, right.
I already know some things that happen
Mm-hmm.
just because, yeah, I just didn't care.
Because you
'Cause
have
it's
the internet.
yeah, and I've watched Breaking Bad so many times, and so I know like the stuff like mainly the last few episodes are focusing out of Better Call Saul and like the aftermath
All
of
right.
Breaking Bad. So I knew like
Ending his story.
all the things that I needed to know, like I already knew. So that's why I was like, fuck it, I'll dive into some spoilers because I'm impatient. But yeah, I've been watching that. I watched Vengeance,
Oh, yeah.
which
BJ
was
Novak's directorial debut.
which is a very interesting movie. It was nothing I expected at all.
Yeah, I saw that too. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was a lot drier than I thought it was going to be, but I'm glad that I didn't have many expectations. The
Yeah,
trailer
no.
looked good.
Yeah, no, the trailer looked yeah, it looked like it was gonna be. I mean, it is a funny movie, but like it's a pretty hardcore movie.
Yeah, yeah, especially
It's
toward the
like
end. It gets pretty serious because it's about murder, like,
yeah,
and like death and stuff.
and like yeah,
So
like
the
death
themes
and
are
like
pretty deep.
and using people and realizing that like you can use someone and then you'll never ever be able to have them forgive you ever again.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's it's pretty hardcore. I was shocked by it.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that BJ Novak casted somebody that wasn't him.
Hmm.
For some reason, I just like I was didn't really mind his acting. It was just like his character just seemed he looked too old to be the character he was playing. I don't know if that
Hmm.
makes sense.
Gotcha. I could
Uh,
see that.
yeah, but other than that, like it was a pretty solid movie. The ending was whatever, but but yeah,
I
that's
like the ending a lot. So if people do see that, let us know what you think. Maybe we'll do a review of that sometime.
that'll be
Maybe.
fun.
But maybe when it comes out on DVD. That's what happened with Nope. It happened. We happened to do the review the week it came out on for everyone to rent and video on demand and stuff. So I was like, wow,
Uh huh.
it's been longer than I thought it had been since I
Yeah,
had seen because I saw it opening weekend. I think you did too, and I was like, wow, it has been a long time since we actually sat and talked about it. But
right.
I'm fine with that. People are clicking still. I'm
Yeah,
noticing, but Yeah, Vengeance is good. I was really excited to see it. It made me excited to see Ashton Kutcher come back in some projects where he's a little
Dude,
different
yeah,
because
man, he was
he's pretty
great in
different
it.
in that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
no,
it.
his performance was he's not in it too much, but god
Hmm.
damn, he actually like proved right there. It was like because I don't like his acting at all.
Right.
This is the only role that I think I've ever seen him in where he like completely disappeared in it. And
Yeah.
like it,
That's what my dad said too. I was like, we should go see Vengeance. That new because the only person I think that I thought anyone would know is Ashton Kutcher. So that's how I pitched it to my family. I was like, it's the new Ashton Kutcher movie. And my dad's like, I don't like Ashton Kutcher. I was like, what? That's an
yeah,
interesting. Like he's like, I don't think he's a good actor. I'm like, okay, I
yeah,
guess he's yeah. I
yeah.
could see it. I could see that, but it's a pretty popular opinion. I found out.
Yeah, no, yeah. I can't really think of Ashton Kutcher performance on the top of my head that I've actually enjoyed.
Dude, where's my car? That was when he was able to do
Yeah,
that.
I mean
As he
that's
got
just
older, though, he can't keep doing that. That's kind of what
yeah,
his thing was.
that's just him doing Kelso.
Yeah, Kelso. Kelso's coming back. That '90s show is coming to
Yeah,
Netflix. They
I'll
finished shooting it.
see how that one goes.
I hope it's good. It's
I
not
do,
going to be
yeah.
like that '80s show starring Glenn Howerton. I think it's going to be better than
Yeah, let's hope.
that.
Let's hope.
Have you heard of a movie called Funny Pages?
I
A24.
have. I just saw that you tweeted that you went to go see it.
It's good.
I
Well,
want to see it very bad.
it's
I've heard that it's very divisive. It's one of those critics movies where like
yeah.
the critics love it, but the audiences kind of hate it.
It's uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable movie about
Uh-huh.
this high schooler who drops out of school and pursues cartooning or wants to become a cartoonist in New Jersey. And it's pretty dark. And you kind of get that sense in the first 5 minutes of the movie because of everything that happens. But
Uh-huh.
it's really, if you get past the uncomfort and you just realize like what the movie is like, from my perspective, it was like about just going all in on things without really thinking about it and how it can have repercussions. And it's without spoiling anything, like it's a really weird movie. Like I think a lot of people are gonna hate it and be uncomfortable and just be like, I can't believe I watched that whole movie if they make it through the whole movie because it's very strange
Yeah, it
and
kind
it's
of
very
reminded
uncomfortable.
just by the trailer, it looked a lot like Ghost World.
I've never seen Ghost World, but I have seen that comparison, so it makes me want to see Ghost World because
Because
this is
that's basically what Ghost World is. It's like it's very disturbing and weird.
Did you ever
And
see Squid and the Whale? No, Baumbach.
yes,
You know the little brother
that's
in that movie?
yeah, that's what I
That's
found out.
who directed and wrote the movie. I was like, wow, this was his debut. And I was like, what a choice. And so then I started to watch
Yeah.
some interviews about him and I'm interested to see what he's gonna do now. I'm glad A24 picked up his movie and released it. And I think it's on video on demand right now. But I went and saw it at what are they the Alamo Draft House, which
Nice.
is has the exclusive theater rights to the movie. I was like, that's really cool. It was a good experience.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I also saw that the Safdie brothers are producers on it.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I saw the movie. I saw a lot of pictures and I was like, oh, hey,
Uh-huh.
that's a little stamp of approval right there.
Right?
Because
That's cool.
I like what they like so far. They have good taste. And that
Uh-huh.
guy who's in all their movies, like Good Times and
Uh-huh.
like all of his movies,
Right.
he shows up. I'm like, hey, they did
Nice.
it even in this. So good for him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it looks like a good one. I really want to see that one.
Yeah, I want to know what you think when you see it. I think it's available to rent. You could probably find a version somewhere
Yeah, I'm probably gonna.
illegally.
I don't do that.
I mean, in your own way.
Yeah. I
Um,
don't know what you're talking about.
but yeah, that's what I've been watching.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember. I did watch some movie recently. I can't remember. Oh, last night I got a new appreciation for Mamma Mia. That's for sure.
A new appreciation.
Kind of. I mean, like I haven't watched the movie in so long, but
Right.
Grants Pass. I knew some people that did it. They did like a Grants Pass version of it. Like pretty
Version
good
like
thing.
they changed it a little
No,
bit.
it was a theater thing.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant they
Like
made everything apply to Grants Pass. It's
no,
like
no,
that's some tedious work. I feel like,
right?
but I could see that. Like only people in Grants Pass can understand certain
Yeah,
references.
no, that would be weird. No, it was really good though. It was fantastic.
Is
And
it
maybe
originally a stage play?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it was huge in Vegas and New York for a long time, and then Meryl Streep came in and said, "The winner takes it all,"
Yeah,
and then and then she took it all. But
yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't seen. Pierce Bronson was so terrible, and like there's some bad singing. Yeah. But like
Yeah.
I was watching this one, like, and this is just, I just live in fucking Little Grants Pass. And these guys were fucking killing it, dude. It was amazing. Their vocals were insane. So
Yeah.
me and uh me and my friend, we started listening to the movie soundtrack. And I remember hating Meryl Streep in it, but I was like, okay, Meryl Streep's still got it. And then it went to SOS, Pierce Bronson singing. I was like, never mind. That's what
Yeah, I actually saw that in theaters, and I remember I saw it with a friend, like a family friend, because she knew I loved movies, and she was like, "You got to see this." I was like, "Okay." And I was young because it was I think I was in middle school.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think I was in middle school,
we were youngins.
and I was just upset. I literally like leaned over. I was like, "Why is James Bond singing?"
I
And I
know.
was just like,
It's
"This
so
isn't.
weird.
It just isn't right." And that's just what I. That's the only thing I remember. I don't think I saw the sequel, but that's the only thing I remember about seeing Mamma Mia. I was upset
Yeah,
Pierce Brosnan sang.
I forgot that there's a sequel.
Have you heard about the what's it called? The Almost Famous Broadway adaptation coming to New York?
What?
Yeah. It's
Ah,
coming out in October. They're doing screenings and it's going to be there in the
what?
in November till for a couple months. I'm going to try to go cuz I have a family that's in New York. I need to see Almost Famous on Broadway.
Oh, dude. Hit me up when you're gonna do that. I want to go
Yeah,
fucking see. Is it
let's
is it
do
off
it.
Broadway or is it Broadway
It's
Broadway?
Broadway.
What?
I believe it's Broadway, yeah. And I think the original director is also a big part of it. He's not directing the show.
Cameron Crowe?
Yeah, a Broadway director I think is doing it, but all the original songs, he like
Interesting.
oversaw everything, of course. So it's got the blessing of everyone involved, and I'm very excited. And they're like including deleted scenes and oh, I'm just very excited for this production. I follow it on Twitter, and
Interesting.
I'm definitely gonna make a trip sometime this winter or fall to see it.
Fuck.
I'm definitely gonna keep you in the loop because I am
Yeah.
excited for that. I
I
wanted to
I
see King Kong in Broadway when there was like a couple years ago they had it, and I was like, I'm sad I missed it, and I can't miss Almost Famous on Broadway.
yeah, no, I wouldn't want to miss that for the world.
So yeah, if any of those are interesting from what we were talking about, or if you're watching any of those, let us know what you think. Um, yeah, I guess we'll get right into the news. Not right in. I guess we'll get into the episode of Untouchable movies, Justin.
Ooh, untouchable movies.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Approved.
so, I mean, there's obviously a clear one off the top of my head that I feel like everyone, and it's been out in the public, that there's a movie that Hollywood cannot touch or remake, and that's Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like all discussions of Back to the Future have been like, not, they just dropped. Like, I think everyone knows not to have discussions about remaking it. There was a time when Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. were getting deep faked into
Yeah.
the scenes, and Tom Holland's like, "Yeah, I would," and I was just like, "Be quiet! It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen,
Shut up.
Tom." Everyone
Yeah.
knows that. Even because Robert Zemeckis, I believe has the rights. He's like, "I'm not giving them away. Like I'm not gonna have this movie be remade by a studio or something like that." Where he's literally like, "There's not gonna be remakes as long as I'm alive." So
Yeah,
good
no,
for him.
yeah, I'm happy that he won't let it happen. Because I don't think, I mean, like, unless they did like a Ghostbusters Afterlife type of thing, maybe I could see it working, but I don't think I think that ship has sailed.
Hmm.
They're already doing the musical. Like that's
Right.
fine
They did
right
have the
there.
Broadway show. Yeah.
Which I saw some clips from that, and it looks, looks whatever. But I mean,
I
like,
forgot
that's,
that was a thing, but yeah.
yeah. I mean, like, every one of those movies get, like, Mrs. Doubtfire has a musical.
Hmm.
All those fucking movies, if those producers want to make a quick buck, you can just easily just put it on Broadway, and then make that's your remake right there.
Right.
But Back to the Future is a good one. One that I know that was made, that I can think of in the top of my head, that was made but was immediately thrown away because of how possibly bad and like how it would ruin this person's career, was a Jerry Lewis movie called The Day the Clown Cried, I think it was called.
Interesting. I actually have not.
So yeah,
I don't think I've heard of that.
yeah, The Day the Clown Cried.
Huh.
So it's about so Jerry Lewis starred in it, and he directed it. So it's be like his first like drama more than a comedy.
Okay.
And it's him being in the Holocaust. He's in a Nazi concentration camp, and he does like clown routines
Oh wow.
to distract them from
What year is
dying.
this?
It was supposed to come out in 1972, and I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right now because this is something that I remember seeing a documentary on it,
Hmm.
and people keep asking Jerry Lewis about it, and Jerry Lewis is like, it's never gonna happen until I die." And then he died, and then everyone's like, "So, is this gonna come out?" Because some people say that it's like possibly like the worst thing, like it's so tone deaf because Jerry Lewis is directing it, and other half are like, it's this movie could have been a career changer for him.
Hmm.
It's like it's an impossible task, and I could see why Jerry Lewis was like, you know what, I think I'm a little over my head right here.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's the one I would be interested in seeing, just to see what Jerry Lewis was going to attempt there, because out of his entire career he's only been in a few dramas. One of them, of course, is The King of Comedy, which he was great in, but he was barely in it.
Hmm.
And I actually can't I remember he did this movie called Max Rose, which took forever to come out, and that movie was pretty shitty, but he was actually really good in it.
Right.
But yeah, I can't imagine a movie like in the 70s where his career was really like nothing, and how he really took this leap, and they put out all this money, and he had so much power. Even though his movies weren't making that much money, he still had so much power to just be like, I'm not doing it anymore. The studio's
Yeah.
like, okay, well,
Just shelve it.
Jerry Lewis said so. But I'm interested in seeing that one. That would be my pick.
Interesting.
I know.
I'm
I
trying to
really I
think.
really pulled that one out of
Yeah,
nowhere,
that people are,
huh?
all of our viewers are like Googling now, like, what is this movie? I've never
Yeah.
heard of that. That's
I was gonna say Don's Plum, but you can watch that on YouTube. So I
right.
mean, like that one's actually technically, it's not released legally, but it's been on YouTube for a long time. That's how I first saw that movie like 2 or 3 years ago,
Yeah.
and it's still up there. So obviously, someone out there just clearly doesn't give a shit.
Right.
Not even Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire care enough to even take it off of YouTube. So
Yeah.
I was gonna say that one, but you can actually watch the whole thing.
Right. Trying to think of another one. I thought like a lot of John Hughes movies I thought you can touch. Like I don't think any of
Yeah.
those should be remade. And at least
Oh
like
yeah.
people like a Breakfast Club, I don't think they should remake that. But I feel like
No.
I haven't. Is there any John Hughes remakes? I don't think
No,
there
the
are.
the best part about John Hughes movies though are that like those stories and those themes are so universal that you don't have to remake those movies. You can make your own version,
Basically, yeah.
and that's what I love about John Hughes movies, and that's what I think is genius with that and Back to the Future, kind of, because those are like so like distinctful movies, and like the tone is so specific that
Hmm.
you can keep doing it without using the same characters or even using the same name.
Hmm.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
look at like Bill and Ted and Back to the Future came out at the same time, and both of them are still successful.
Right. I guess the closest thing to a remake or anything that he made would be the new Home Alone, Home Sweet Home Alone.
Yeah, that's a good
It's
point.
kind of using the
Yeah,
property of it, but it's also canon of it's a sequel. It's not really a
yeah,
remake of the original. So
yeah. No, that's a yeah. That movie was terrible. That was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire
kind
life.
of Vacation too, kind of. They rebooted that a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, Vacation. They did reboot. That was
Yeah.
that was also terrible.
Yeah, that was like very early though. Like that's and it kept
I'll,
going. So
I can give you this. Something that I can't see ever being remade is which they tried to do it, but I mean, like it didn't really work out. Was The
Mhm.
Godfather
How'd they try to remake it? Like with the TV
with
show or
yeah with the offer.
right?
Try to like recreate like scenes and like which I think that entire show was. Did you watch any of that show?
No, I still have an interest, but I haven't.
It's pretty terrible.
I've seen the scenes that have like an Al Pacino,
Yeah,
person playing Al Pacino. It's very bizarre. And I saw the Marlon Brando scene,
yeah, it's
one of them.
nice. I mean, like it's risky. You got to give him that. But I mean, like, yeah, no, it's a bizarre. it's pretty weird for them to think that that would even work at all.
Hmm.
That it wouldn't be distracting. But I mean, like, but them just remaking The Godfather in general, I don't think they could ever do that.
Yeah, I don't think so. At least not anytime soon. There's some movies where I'm like, eventually, like I do think Back to the Future is going to get remade, maybe in like 25 years or something like that. But we'll, because that's still a while. I feel like it's going to be like I guess this is how we can transition. It's going to be like a Wizard of Oz because that came out in 38, I think.
Hmm.
1938. Yeah, 1939. But
Right.
this is the first bit of news that we're talking about is a remake or a reimagining of Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
And
that's like
I
a me legit thing.
Yeah, and I know they
Uh,
have like sequels, slight sequels, kind of like with what was it? The one that where Zach Braff was a monkey.
Oz the Great and the Powerful.
Oz, that's a prequel, right?
No, no. Oh, yes, yes, it is a
Yeah, because
prequel.
it's about
Yeah,
Oz discovery. Or
yeah.
is his name Oz? What's his
No,
name?
no, no. His name is oh God, I
Oz is
can't.
the place, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
He's the
I
Wizard
can't.
of Oz and how he found Oz.
Yeah. Or maybe his name is Oz, dude. I've only saw that movie once. I don't. I remember that was the last
James
movie.
Franco's character.
That was the last movie I saw in 3D. That was the last. I was like, I'm so sick of 3D movies.
Let me see. Let's see if his name is Oz. It might be
But
Oz. Yeah,
also,
his
I
name is
mean,
Oz. Okay.
oh, interesting. What was it called before?
I don't know.
Well, I guess it was Munchkin Land.
Hmm.
So was it all just Munchkin Land? Even though,
I don't know. Aren't these are based on books or something, right? Or what? Yeah,
well, the first
L.
Wizard of
Frank
Oz.
Baum.
Yeah,
He wrote a series of stories
yeah.
placed in Oz.
Well, yeah, because there were other movies like there was Return to Oz, the '90s. I think it's an '80s or '90s movie. That's a fucking weird ass fever dream
Right.
flick.
And then
And then they
they
did
had like a mini
another,
series with Zoe Deschanel,
yeah.
which was on TV.
And then they had another animated one as well that was really weird. But so I mean, like, oh
But do
yeah,
any of
and
these
they,
have Dorothy? Are they Dorothy stories?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Besides Oz the Great and Powerful, that one they just really tried to. Disney was just trying to capitalize on it or something, just trying to make money. But
Right.
there's also The Wiz,
Oh
the
yeah,
with Michael
the
Jackson as the
musical.
Scarecrow and Whitney
Yeah.
Houston, and then we also have Muppet Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, so I wanted to think that like Wizard of Oz was Untouchable. I mean, those are kind of associated with Oz,
Uh-huh.
but I think the actual story of Wizard of Oz has never been told again. There's always been like a sequel that tried to carry it out,
Right,
kind of
right.
thing, and there's never been like, oh, we're going to tell the Judy Garland story again.
Hmm.
But I think this one is going to. But it's an interesting because it's going to be a modern reimagining.
Oh no.
So there's something weird about that,
Oh
but it's
no.
gonna be written. It's by Warner Brothers,
Oh no.
and it's gonna be set by Kenya Barris,
Oh no.
who did Blackish and a few other projects that people can associate with him.
He
But
also wrote Coming to America too. America. It's coming to America.
yeah,
I
he's a relevant name, and
do like Blackish. I will give him that. Blackish
it's
is
I think that
funny.
show's finally ending, but it's got a bunch of spin-offs too.
Yeah, so many.
He's just a lot of the industry has a lot of trust in this man now,
Hmm.
and it could go well or it could all fall down soon. But he's getting a
Yeah.
lot of power. He's getting a lot of projects real quick because he's doing a movie with Jonah Hill and Eddie
Yeah.
Murphy, Julia Louis-Dreyfus that we talked about it called "You People," which is basically what's it called?
Guess who? Guess who's coming to dinner?
Yeah, an updated version of Guess Who.
Oh wow,
Um,
Jonah Hill's writing in it too.
yeah, they
That's
work
interesting.
together on that. And
He
he's
also
also
wrote.
working with Kid Cudi, which
He
is a
also.
Netflix show coming out.
Oh, he's directing that.
He's a producer on that.
Oh, interesting. That does look interesting.
Yeah, it
But he's
does.
also writing. He also wrote that terrible Cheap by the Dozen remake.
Zach Braff's.
Yeah,
I never saw that one yet. I don't know if I'm going
it's
to.
terrible.
But
And also, he wrote the new Shaft, and he wrote The Witches. So I mean, like, I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't.
there's quite a few flops in there, but they're still
Yeah,
giving him all
I
these
mean,
big projects.
he did do Girls Trip. Well, all of them were like, I mean, like, I think if it wasn't for the pandemic, Coming to America and Cheaper by the Dozen probably would have made some moolah
Hmm.
as well as The Witches. But like, Shaft was terrible.
Mhm.
Shaft was awful. But he also did Girls Trip, which was a huge success. So
Right.
maybe like I don't know. And that Blackish entire franchise is pretty huge too. So I mean, like, I
Yeah.
could see why he's still getting some work.
It's
I
got like
just
three
hope,
spin-offs. So
yeah. I just don't know, like him doing. I don't know, man. I don't know because he already reimagined Shaft, Cheaper by the Dozen,
he's also doing
and Coming to America.
the new White Man Can't Jump
Good
remake.
God,
He's remaking all these movies
is
from
he
the.
gonna? So is he gonna do anything original?
It doesn't sound like it. I
It
think he
doesn't
already
sound like
did.
he's.
He already did all of his original stuff. So now the or the studio is like, here's all the projects we have. Do something with these. So he gets to pick whatever
Yeah,
he wants now because he already did the original stuff with TV.
yeah. No, that's okay. I would, man. If I was his agent, I would be like, you know what? How about you try writing something, yourself?
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I don't know. Like I thought I don't know what to expect from this. Is it going to start off black and white, or is it going to go to black and white? Is it going to reverse it? What are they going to do different? The big thing about Wizard of Oz,
Mm.
I don't know. I thought that was a movie you can't remake, but a reimagining of Wizard of Oz, I have not seen them do that. Well, I
It's
guess they did
probably
on
gonna. Well, I mean, like,
that
yeah.
Zoe Deschanel one, which
Well,
was like a
also
three episode thing.
The Wiz is,
Right.
like it is a reimagining, so it's probably gonna be something more along the lines of the Wiz, where it's like a more diverse, uh, modern version of Wizard of Oz. But I mean, like, also that's already been done before with the Wiz. So that's why I'm like kind of just wondering, like, what is this movie going to be? Is it going to be like, especially with him directing it? Like, I don't know. Like that just sounds like it sounds like it's going to be really cheesy. It's going to have.
I
It sounds like
know.
it's because, like I said, like with Shaft and Cheaper by the Dozen and Coming to America, like those are all three of those movies were major disappointments.
Hmm.
Some of them were just downright awful. I don't think Coming to America was awful, but I yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to. I guess we'll just have to see like who he casts and stuff like that, and we'll
Right.
see like with You People when You People comes out. We'll
Yeah.
see. Even that movie itself, it's like it's basically Guess Who's coming to dinner and Guess Who with Ashton Kutcher. We were just talking about.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That can go any direction right there.
So that's one I thought was Untouchable, but that's coming out. Kenya Barris's Wizard of Oz,
Yeah, we'll see. We shall see.
and Warner Brothers. I don't know. I don't know what
Yeah,
they're.
dude, who knows what they're gonna do? Supposedly, did you hear that the Flash? They're saying that the Flash has the highest test scores since the Dark Knight.
They're saying the
Which
trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy. I'm like, how do
it
you factor that? Like, which one was it?
it
It
makes
can't.
no sense.
It can't. It can't be as high as the all three movies. That doesn't make sense. So
Yeah, no, it's stupid.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, Wizard of Oz reimagining. The next one that I think is pretty untouchable is we were talking about it a little bit before, not really specifically this movie, but it's John Hughes project, and that's Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Now
Oh yeah.
we're not getting an actual remake of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, thankfully, but we are getting a spin-off of this movie, and it's based on the characters who the valet drivers who take his car in the movie. And it's called, they have a title already, Sam and Victor's Day Off.
Wait, hold on. So I have heard about this.
Yeah, there are the two valet drivers who go for a joyride in the very nice car. I think somebody knows the type of car it is, but I don't know off
It's
the top
a
of my head. It's
isn't
a
it a
Ferrari, right?
yeah, it's a Ferrari. It's a red
Okay.
Ferrari.
Very nice one. It's a very nice car. And so they're going to do a spin-off of this movie. This is going to be a Paramount movie. It's probably going to go straight to Paramount Plus.
If it
But
even happens. I mean,
yeah,
like
if it
that.
happens, it's got writers already attached. It's got a good team attached because, like we said with Kenya Barris, these people are getting pretty popular too. It's by the writers and creators of Cobra Kai, the Netflix TV show that got picked up, which is kind of bizarre to me because that started on YouTube and
Mm-hmm.
blew up and got to Netflix and blew up even more. Now
Yeah.
it's just a huge, big Karate Kid reunion everywhere, and I was never familiar with those movies because I haven't seen them, any of them.
Oh, really?
I only saw the one Jaden Smith, so
Oh no.
I have no connection to that movie or to that TV show. But apparently, it's hitting all the feels for people who grew up watching those movies.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of Cobra Kai, so I can't say that. Because honestly, I remember seeing the trailer for it when it was the YouTube show, and I was like,
Yeah,
this looks terrible.
it looks. Yeah, I was like, interesting choice. Okay,
And it's like
and now look at it.
from the creators of Harold and Kumar. It's
Yeah,
like okay,
is that
but
them?
yeah, I
Wow.
can't remember their names, but yeah, pretty much the only thing that they've done is Harold and Kumar, American Reunion, Cobra Kai,
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
yeah,
it is. It is.
and now
It is
it's.
those guys. Oh wow.
Oh, when I heard about this, the Ferris Bueller's spinoff thing, I thought like that idea would be such a funny short film, but I don't
Right.
know how that could be a whole ass movie.
I mean, look at Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I know,
They
but like
somehow
that
did
was
it, but I guess I don't know.
that's the writing though. I mean, like just look at once again, like I hate like judging somebody before like it's even done, but just like looking at their careers, like with their movies, like they don't really know what subtlety is.
Right.
So like I don't know. And are they gonna get people like I'm curious how they're gonna cast it too.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
that
have
one
you
dude,
have you looked them up?
yeah, well that one guy, he's been in so many movies. He's been Do the Right Thing.
I can see Adam Driver being one of the guys. Definitely the guy with the mustache.
Oh,
just,
dude.
just throw him
I
in
don't know.
there.
I don't know about that. That does sound like it could be like a really, really funny. It does sound like a funny idea. And if they're gonna try to like capitalize off of Ferris Bueller, like that's at least a semi creative way of
Mhm.
going about it. But yeah, I don't know.
Such an
I
interesting
don't
choice.
know.
I wonder who pitched that or thought it was a good idea. I mean,
They were probably super high.
yeah, these guys are interesting. I didn't know that they're original like those. That is those creators, yeah, of Harold and Kumar. I didn't know that.
Yeah. They probably were trying to write another Harold and Kumar movie, and they were just like, no, can you just keep remaking stuff,
Yeah, it
please?
looks like they're trying to make an American Pie 5 still too,
Oh,
which
Jesus
is
Christ.
it's on IMDb, which is not always credible, but it's on their credits of American Pie 5, and it says it will be a holiday that has Jim and the crew getting trouble in Vegas.
Oh, Jesus. That
I don't
sounds
know
awful.
I don't know how true that is, but
That sounds
we'll
awful.
see what happens with this Ferris Bueller money.
I would
One for the
honestly
studio
hate
and
that.
then one for them.
That sounds like both for the studio.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's true. Franchises all around.
Yeah.
So that's weird. That's really weird. Um, this one is stupid. This next one I'm going to talk about.
Oh, this one's stupid.
This one is. Yeah, we're just gonna go downhill until we're at the bottom.
Right.
So this movie is a classic for the holidays. It's a Christmas story. The original from 1983 is getting an official direct sequel that's bringing back the cast from the original movie as adults.
Oh God.
Now, we did get a Christmas Story sequel already.
With Daniel Stern
Yeah,
as
A
the old
Christmas
man.
Story 2, and that came out in 2012. It was straight to DVD, and there's supposed to be a Ralph Parker. Well, Ralph was played by a different character or a different
Yeah.
actor.
Yeah, they
So
made Ralphie
they were trying
very
to
creepy.
keep it in this like realm of like this could be the sequel, and it got no one's blessing. So the studio ended up announcing this movie. I think we might have talked about it at some point, A Christmas Story Christmas, which brings back Peter Billingsley, who played the original Ralphie, and
Mhm.
he's coming back to play Ralphie as an adult. And it's pretty official because I know
Really?
there's a lot of stuff going on with HBO, but HBO is dropping it this Christmas.
This Christmas?
Yeah, it's coming out this winter.
Shut the fuck door.
The official synopsis for this is A Christmas Story Christmas follows Ralphie, who's now an adult, who returns to the house on Cleveland Street to give his kids a magical Christmas like the one he had when he was a child, reconnecting with his childhood friends and reconciling the passing of his old man.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds depressing.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound, that sounds like a very sad sequel.
Yeah.
Technically, they did a faithful sequel with Gene Shepard, who wrote the short stories for Christmas Story, and Bob Clark, who directed the first Christmas Story. They did a sequel called, it was originally called A Summer Story, and I think they put all like Runs in the Family, I think it was officially titled. It ended up bombing, but I mean, like, it's a lot better because like the original people were involved, and Charles Grodin plays the old man. That one.
Oh, and Kieran Culkin plays Ralphie.
That movie's actually pretty
Kieran
good.
Culkin's awesome. I've never heard of this one. Wow.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, like, it's definitely
94.
cheap, but yeah, no, it's definitely better because Gene Shepard came back and like he did the narration again too.
Yeah, because it's based. I guess Gene Shepard wrote a couple books with these characters. So
yeah,
this one's based off a different book. That's cool. I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah, that one's good. But this one sounds.
This one's a legacy sequel.
Yeah,
because everyone's coming back as an adult.
God damn.
Yeah,
I wonder how this is gonna be. This is gonna be interesting.
Yes, it is. And HBO is officially releasing it. They announced this.
It's going to be on HBO Max, obviously.
I believe so. Yeah, it's going to be this year's 8-Bit Christmas. They have to have a good Christmas movie that's always going to be nostalgic of that.
I was just going to say 8-Bit Christmas was the perfect Christmas Story remake.
Yeah.
That movie was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, my oldest sister, she got our whole family to watch it because it was really good. I heard you talking about it. And amazing. I was like, I'll watch it eventually. And then finally my sister put it on and it was really pleasing. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I love what Neil Patrick Harris is doing right now. He's doing some awesome roles. But no, that was a perfect way to remake a classic without remaking it. This one, like I said, I know I'm repeating myself, but that just sounds depressing. I don't know if that sounds like fun at all.
Oh, dude, R.D. Robb is in this. He's in the he's the director of Don's Plum.
No way.
I forgot that this is like how he got famous. His first movie was A Christmas Story, and now he's coming back for A Christmas Story Christmas as the same character. Is he gonna get the money to finally release it in theaters?
Oh man, that's sad.
Yeah, that's interesting. His character name is Schwartz.
Yeah.
R.D. Robb. I thought I recognized that name.
Oh man. Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. I can't believe that's like already coming out. Like that means it's like already shot and everything, huh? Oh
yeah, I haven't heard anything about it. I'll probably hear something about it end of October when it gets colder and probably more fall-y, more in the spirit. Because I feel like you don't want to drop a Christmas movie trailer in the middle of summer. You're like, huh?
Right.
But yeah, that's actually happening. I guess I have to see a summer. What is it? A Summer Story? You said?
Yeah, it's either Summer Story or All in the Family. I can't remember.
All right, exactly. In different places it has a different title. I saw that.
Yeah,
yeah. This is interesting. They're having a lot of people come back from the original. So if you're interested in that, look it up. Tell us what you think. If you're not, tell us how mad you are. It's very interesting. Very interesting story. It's not It's not. I don't think. The original writer, I don't think, is able to come back. Wait.
No, he's dead. That guy died.
It says it's not based on any of the books that he wrote either. So we'll see what they come up with out of nothing.
Bro, it's from the writer of Gran Torino. What is happening?
That's what I was gonna say. And like,
this movie's gonna be so depressing.
And the Mule and Cry Macho.
What the hell?
And The Judge. So those
are all super sad movies.
Really sad movies, and they chose him to write. His name's Nick Schenk, and so he's a. I guess he writes for Clint Eastwood.
What's happening? What is going on?
It's very weird.
That is.
Someone saw Gran Torino and said, "This guy needs to make a Christmas movie, heartfelt and all."
And the director of the Angry Birds movie, what is going on right now?
That's not too off the ball. I mean,
This guy must have had
Angry
some
Birds,
one hell
Christmas
of a
Chronicles. That makes sense. That kicked off some successful
yeah.
sequels for Netflix.
That
I
was a
could see
cute
that.
movie. That was a cute
Kurt
movie.
Russell as what's it called, Santa.
Yeah.
That kind of
I
makes
I
sense.
wonder what this guy's script is like because judging judging off of that plot line or that log line and then see like I already said that it sounded depressing and then going to who wrote the movie.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I wonder if Clint Eastwood's gonna narrate it.
Yeah, he's gonna be what Ralph as an adult
Yeah.
is thinking back.
It was a cold winter.
It's cool. Yeah, it's gonna be that's interesting. That's very
I
interesting.
forgot where I put my pants.
So look out for a Christmas story. A Christmas story. Christmas, is that what it's called? I forgot.
Christmas story
Already.
Christmas.
Interesting title.
Yeah, that sounds like it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I thought
Sounds weird.
that seems like it's close to being an Untouchable movie because of how good the original is. But like you said, there are sequels, kind of like spiritual sequels or even direct sequels that weren't as widely publicized. But
No matter what,
seems
it
like it
cannot
could be.
it can't be nearly as bad as Christmas Story 2 with Daniel Stern
Yeah.
or the Christmas Story musical that they did, the live musical broadcast on Fox.
Oh, that was bizarre.
That was one of the most entertaining disasters I think I've ever seen in my entire life. But it
Yeah.
can't be as
I'm
nearly as
glad
bad
they're
as
not
just-
doing that anymore. There was a good amount of time where they were doing that like every couple months.
I think that was the last one. I think they gave up
Killed
after
it.
that one.
It's very that was yeah, I remember that was weird. And speaking of like Broadway and stuff of what we've been talking about, like I'm glad
Yeah.
they stopped doing that. Broadway shouldn't be on TV, really.
Well, it could work.
It
But I
could.
mean, like
Yeah.
they did it with Grease, and that one wasn't bad.
Right.
It just depends on how you do it. But yeah, no, that one was terrible.
Yeah.
Matthew Broderick too. You could just tell he didn't want to be there.
Trotting around.
Yeah, he
Oh.
did not want to be there.
Yeah. Yep. That I guess Christmas Story sequel officially. Ralphie's coming back. Old Ralphie. So those are the ones that I have that are kind of upsetting. These next two movies that I'm going to talk about seem a little more intriguing, and they could have a lot more potential and less. I don't know what the word is. Like baggage behind it of or preconceived notions of what we already know, because they are going to be different, I think. But this next one is an Ocean's 11 reboot. Have you heard about this? They're making another Ocean's movie.
Why?
It's been rumored for a while, and the first person who was attached was Margot Robbie. And I don't believe. Let me see if they have a director. Yeah, Jay Roach. You familiar with Jay Roach?
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at my roommate. He looks sexy as fuck right now. Yeah, Jay Roach. He did Meet the Parents and all that good jazz, right?
Yeah, he
And
did
Austin
Austin Powers. He did Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers, Dinner for Schmucks, The Campaign.
Campaign was
And then
funny.
he started to do some serious stuff with Trumbo, which is still pretty funny, and
Mhm.
Bombshell. But this is his next movie. He did some TV, but
So he's directing the new Ocean's 11.
yeah, the new Ocean's 11 movie, and
Damn it!
it's
going
written
on?
by someone who hasn't done a lot. The only credit they really have is a special thanks from Ingrid Goes West. Otherwise,
Interesting.
they have two projects which are being worked right now. So they're both being made right now, and they're both untitled. So we'll see what this is.
Didn't
But-
they already reboot Ocean's 11?
Yeah, the thing about this one though is that it takes place in the 60s, I believe. They're doing a 60s.
Weird.
It will be set in Europe in the 1960s, which is when the original
Yeah.
Ocean's 11 came out with Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr., all those people. That was originally in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes me wonder what they're going to be doing with this. Like if they're going to do another Danny Ocean and Ryan. Oh, I don't think I said this. Ryan Gosling joined the movie as well. So it's going to be a Barbie reunion because I guess the studio just loved their chemistry from everything they're doing with the Barbie movie. But he's said to have been attached to this new one, the 60s version of it. So we don't know if he's going to play Danny Ocean but we know that Margot Robbie is going to be the main character because she was the first one to sign on. So there's theories going around that it's going to be the parents of Danny Ocean and still going to be in an Ocean family, just like Sandra Bullock was Danny Ocean's sister, and that takes place in the same universe because they brought back one of the guys in Ocean's 8 from the Ocean's trilogy with George Clooney.
This is hurting my brain.
So I don't know what exactly they're doing of making it in the 60s. I guess it's just easier to pull off a heist back then because technology now is so advanced where it's kind of hard to make a good heist film and make it convincing now because security is so upgraded and all that stuff.
What's the deal with like why like I don't get the appeal for Ocean's 11. The first one was good, but
it's a good opportunity. It's a good opportunity to make ensembles and stuff. But
all those movies had to have been like super successful.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how much the
Ocean's 8 wasn't bad. It was a good cast. It was way better than Ghostbusters.
Oh, holy shit! Yeah, that movie made so much money.
Yeah, it was good.
I agree.
It was good.
I agree. It wasn't terrible.
Right.
I mean, it was just it reminded me of a Tower Heist. You know, like those movies. Like I really loved those movies when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
But like now, like you know, they're just like it just seems like I don't know. It just seems like pretty lazy now to keep doing those kinds of movies.
Yeah. As a director, it seems pretty exciting. Like if someone were to be like, here is an Ocean's movie, and I'd be like, ooh, how many do I want? I'll go with Ocean's. Right. I don't know. I guess they've done 12. I'll do Ocean's 10.
Yeah.
And cast 10
I bet you
money.
Actors. I bet you money that's what this one's going to be called.
Ocean's 10.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Because if it's going to be a prequel, then Ocean's 10 sounds like a bet.
Yeah, it does come before Ocean's 11.
Yeah, I guess.
But there's an Ocean's 8. I guess it's kind of weird.
What the hell, dude?
Ocean's 2, and it's just about a couple.
I don't know.
I don't know what this could be, but it's interesting that's a period piece from the 60s. That is what has my interest. It could be, yeah, Danny Ocean's parents, but we'll see. Do you think Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling look like they could make George Clooney?
No, they're both way too blonde. Maybe if they dye,
they might dye their hair.
Dye his hair, like possibly, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Because even with Ocean's 8, I thought it was a good movie, but I thought it was an okay movie, but I mean, like, it didn't need to be connected with, you know, the Oceans.
Yeah, that was just.
I never thought, like, I don't know why people are hankering for Oceans.
I don't know. No one really was. Like, no one was. Well, what studio is this? Let's see.
Warner Bros.
Warner Brothers.
They're just whoever the hell is going in there is just doing the work.
They're just trying to make all of these like they're seeing what projects do we have that have more than 3 movies because we're only going to focus on those.
Yeah,
it seems like
they don't believe in doing original shit anymore. It sounds like
interesting.
They're sounding like they're trying to go the Disney route because Disney's making so much money remaking all their bullshit. Like, did you see the trailer for Pinocchio? What the hell is going on?
That looks like I feel like what's his name? Geppetto? Is that Tom Hanks' character?
That's Tom Hanks.
What the fuck is he doing? Yeah, it's Tom Hanks. But I mean, he looks like a Broadway version of it. Like he looks way too overdone. Where it's like we're on a movie screen. You don't have to have him look big of him. Like we know it's Geppetto. You can tone it down a little bit.
Do you think that Tom Hanks is like so into himself now? He just thinks he can do his own makeup because like,
he's a makeup artist.
With this and Elvis, like his makeup in Elvis is terrible.
That's what. Yeah, but yeah. I saw that remake of the trailer for Pinocchio. Yeah, they're just trying to rehash a lot of things, and it's not going to end for another 10 years. They're doing Hercules. They're doing Little Mermaid. Mm-hmm. Warner Brothers is going to be doing the same thing. So
yeah, no, that's what it seems to be. That's sad too. What could they possibly like? I don't know. Because Christmas Story Christmas is also Warner Bros.
Yeah.
Like they're just man, that's I don't know, man. I don't know.
I want to say I'm going to end the episode with something original, but it's not really original because it's based off a property that exists already. But it involves Ryan Reynolds, and I think we talked about this before. He's adapting the board game Clue Just based
Uh-huh.
off that, do you remember me?
I
We
do
talked about it a
remember.
while ago, but how do you
Yeah,
feel about that?
that sounds awesome.
It
I mean,
could
like
be really good.
he seems like that he could. If anybody's gonna do some shit like that, I think that he's the perfect guy to do it.
Yeah, I
His
believe
and if
his.
he has the two writers,
Mhm.
Rhett Reese and Paul, forget the other guy's last name.
Wernick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wernick.
But that's the thing is they wrote the first draft of the script and then they sent it out, and now they have a new writer than
Ooh.
than those guys. But that's how the project started. Was those three: Ryan Reynolds, Rent Reese, and Paul Wernick, which is already a good combination right there. But it's being reworked with 20th Century Studios, which is now under Disney. So we
Mm.
don't know what. That's probably a good thing. It could get a lot more funding that way, but I
That's
don't know
probably
what
not
to
a good thing.
expect. Because a lot of Ryan Reynolds projects were a part of 20th Century, and then they merged into Disney. So now a lot of his stuff is going to be Disney, which I think could be good for Ryan Reynolds because I think they like him, and I think they like,
Well,
and
yeah,
especially if they do well with Deadpool, we'll see how that goes. The first
yeah,
movie under Disney.
that's gonna be the make or break right there to see if they're gonna give him the freedom to do
But
what made those movies so successful.
yeah, exactly. But this new writer, his name is Oren Uziel. He was the co-writer
Okay,
of The Lost City. Let me see what else he wrote.
22 Jump Street, right?
Yeah, he was one of the writers for that too. So he's a big studio writer now. He wrote 22 Jump Street, one of them. He wrote The Cloverfield Paradox, which is
Yeah, we
I
gotta
like
talk
that
about that
one.
movie.
I like that one. But
I don't know why you like that
he
movie.
came up with the story for Mortal Kombat, which is based off a game. I don't know how you'd come up with the story. He wrote the sequel to Escape Room, and his latest success was The Lost City, which was pretty successful in the box office and is an enjoyable popcorn movie. Um, but
He
he's gonna
did.
be right. He's gonna be rewriting Clue, who originally was written
Uh,
by Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, as you said. And it looks like Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman are already attached to
mhm,
be in the movie, which
that's
would
good.
be a nice change up reunion. If you guys saw
Hmm.
that or enjoyed that, they're going to be reuniting. The director of this movie is interesting. He was the series director for The Ali G Show.
Hmm.
He did Muppets Most Wanted. He did the sequel to the live action Alice in Wonderland. And he did the live action Dora.
God.
So
Oh
he's an
my
interesting
God.
fella. It's funny he started with Ali G, who is Sacha
Right?
Baron Cohen, if you don't know, one of his personas. But this is an interesting move. But this Clue movie, um, they try to make it in 1985, which had Tim Curry, I believe, as the butler. Right? He was the
Yeah,
butler,
that movie's amazing. As
which
Christopher Lloyd and Madeline Kahn.
lots of people. So this could
Yeah,
be one of those very very good
that's a great movie.
ensemble movies. Right now, it's
Hmm.
just Jason Bateman and Ryan Reynolds, but maybe at some point in the future we could do a box office redux of this because they have a few characters that are worth looking at. They have Miss Scarlet, if you know the games, Miss Scarlet, Rev Green, I think no, Mr. Green, Colonel Mustard, Professor Plum, Mrs. Peacock, and Mrs. White. Who do you think Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman would play? I
Uh,
see
I think Ryan Reynolds would be Mr. Purple, Professor Plum. There we go.
and then
I think he'd
I
be
could
that one.
see Colonel Mustard being Jason Bateman.
I could see him being Mr. Green. They're
I could. Oh yeah, yeah. That's.
probably gonna get like fucking John Cena to be Colonel Mustard.
This could be a really good movie, and it could definitely
Hmm.
parody stuff like Knives Out, like the Knives Out movies that are coming out. It could be
Right.
just a big old parody of that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that could be interesting. I love the first Clue. So that I mean,
I have to watch it. I'm gonna watch it eventually, probably
it's
before the new one
funny.
comes out. Hopefully,
It's
before the new one comes out.
it's John Landis produced it. I think
Hmm.
that was his first project back after he accidentally murdered those two kids in the big actor.
What?
Have you not heard about that? Have you
I
seriously never
don't
heard?
know what you're talking about.
Oh my God, Elijah, look up. That's his. Okay, it's not hysterical. It's tragic. So he directed a segment in the Twilight Zone movie. So Steven Spielberg, Joe Dante, and John Landis. and John Landis's part, there was this helicopter stunt that's supposed to happen, and it backfired and decapitated the main. This is not funny. I'm nervously laughing. It decapitated the main guy, and then the helicopter crushed the kids.
Wow, yeah,
the parents were there on set to watch it too. It was and then John Landis, as he was going through court and everything, was still working. He did Clue, he did Coming to America, he did.
Wow,
it's pretty disturbing stuff.
That is wild. Yeah. He was charged with involuntary manslaughter. That's wild.
Well, yeah, there's footage of it too. I mean, like I've never seen footage because I'm not an insane person, but there's footage of it of him like saying like get lower, like yelling at the dude.
Damn.
And so it's pretty disturbing stuff.
That is wild. I never heard about that. It's pretty intense.
That's a positive way to end this episode, right?
Yeah, on that note, let us know if any of those projects sound interesting to you. Those were some untouchable. Let us know what movies you think are untouchable and should never be remade too, if we didn't mention any of the ones. I mean, yeah, I think that came out right. let us know what movies should not be remade or are technically untouchable if we had not mentioned it in the episode. But that was our
pretty much anything can be, because we never thought they were going to remake Ben-Hur, and they ended up doing that.
Oh yeah, that was that. I think.
And Class.
Do you think we're going to get like a 12 Angry Men remake?
I mean,
you laughed for a second. You're like, "Huh, that could be an interesting cast."
I don't know. Yeah, that could be an interesting cast.
Would it be all men? Would they have to upgrade it and make people angry and saying it's woke?
It'll be 12 angry
jurors.
Yeah, 12 angry jurors. 12 angry non-binary jurors.
Just don't make 12 angry people? Can you say people?
Yeah. 12 angry chicks.
That's it.
That'll do it.
There we go.
That won't get anybody canceled.
Directed by Paul Feig.
Yeah, directed by Brett Ratner.
All right, guys, that was our episode. Let us know what you guys are watching or what we should talk about. If there's any interesting topics, hopefully we see you guys next week. It was a good episode. Yeah. Have a good evening, Justin.
Thank you, Elijah. You too.
Talk to you real soon.
Yes.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.